Hi everyone, so we're looking at a new card fold today which is called a double Z fold. There's lots of different ways to doing it, but I'll show you the simple way to achieve beautiful results. It actually stands up very firmly and looks a lovely display. So let's have a look at what we need. So first of all, we're going to have a piece of card that is 25 centimeters by 21. As usual, all the measurements will appear up in the top left corner. And we've also got another piece which is 25 wide and 12.5 long. So those are the two main pieces that we need for our card. So we're going to take this large piece first, which is the base card, and we're going to score it. Right, so we're going to score that at 5 centimeters and 10 centimeters. Very simple. We're going to fold along the second score line. Make sure that these pieces are married up. Fold this one back and burnish that. So there is our first Z fold. Now we're going to come with this piece and we're going to do exactly the same. Score at 5 and 10. Okay. So I'm folding. At the moment we're going to rearrange this in a minute, but this is our second Z fold. So we've got one Z fold, two Z folds. Now I'm going to flick this over, and this piece on this side now I want to apply double-sided tape. And on this side, which isn't scored, I want to place another couple of pieces of tape. I'm going to trim that little bit off excess. There we go. So I'm going to turn it over, and I want to turn this round so that my long piece is going to match up to this side. Reverse these folds so that the Z goes the other way, and that will fit onto there as my double Z fold. Now we've got a few bits to do before we put this together, so I'm going to place that up there. This piece here I am going to trim. Yeah, we've already placed our double-sided tape to make life easier. I want to cut 5 strips 2.5 centimeters wide. So 1, 2, 3, and this should be my last one. 4. So I've got 5 strips. Can go out of the way for the moment. Bring back this one, and I'm going to take my first Z fold, remove the tape from this one, place it onto there like that. Here's my other Z fold. I'm going to take the covering of that and I'm going to line it up with the base of the card and this side of the card, so that will go down. There's the start of my double Z. Now we're going to take this one, which is going to go on the top. So take this one, level with the top of the card, level with the sides and press down. Okay. Then I can go for this side, line it up with the top of the card and the side and press down. There's number 2 in place. Right, now I just want to take my pencil and I'm just going to use my measurement here to mark 10.5 centimeters, which is halfway. Then I'm going to take my next one, line it up halfway over my mark, fold the Z underneath, and I'm going to use my measurements to line up 10.5 that way. So I've got now my 3 Z's all in place. Now I'm going to just do it by eye. Place this one between these two, fold this Z in and position it between there and this last one. Position between there. Once you've got the first 3 in line, it's easy to just put these in. Now we're going to do 2 panels to go on these outside pieces. Right, we're going to cut 2 panels 4 by 20, and that's going to allow me a little bit of extra space. I can put a mat around. I'm going to do 4. And 20. So that will be my 2 outside pieces. I'm going to cut a piece of metallic that is 20.5 by 4.5. That's just slightly bigger than my side pieces. 4.5. There we go. And we're going to mount these up so that I've got a small mat of metallic all the way round. outside piece, bringing in, and we're going to place that onto there, leaving a small silver mount all the way round. So I'm now going to attach those to the outside panels. One, now there's no direction on this because it's just spotted paper. So lining that up. So there's that one. Now you can see it starting to come together. Now it's up to you whether you want to cover these side panels, but we're going to do it on this one. And this is 9 centimeters by 1.5. Right, so I'm going to go back to my dotted paper. I'm going to cut down 9 centimeters, and then I can cut my 1.5 centimeter strips. So I'm just going to I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I've got 5 strips. Now I also need some 4 centimeter wide strips for this part here, and I'm going to cut 1.5 centimeters just level up that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are my 5 small strips. Let's bring those in. Now, when I'm doing the small strips like these, I don't actually worry too much about a fine border, so I'm going to do it by eye. So I'm just going to take my pieces and I'm going to stick them on my card with a nice border all the way round. And if if I do that, it also means I can do fancy scissors or straight edge. So this one I'm going to do straight edge, I think. So I want 5 of the long strips. And 5 of the small strips. So we'll come back in a minute when I've got those ready. Okay, so I've got all my pieces stuck on, and I'm just going to go down now with straight edge scissors, and I'm just using the panel as a guideline to cut a little border all the way around. If it's a bigger panel, then I will measure it out and cut it properly, but these smaller bits you can easily do it by eye. Right, I'm going to carry on and finish that, and we'll be back with all our strips. Right, I've got all my small panels cut out, so I'm just going to take double-sided tape and place them on their matching panels. Okay, so I'm going to use this one for speed. See how quickly it comes together, and you can use so many scraps up from your craft stash. So now I'm going to add the smaller ones. And we're back to the last one, which is going up here. Right, now let's make sure that's stuck. So there is our basic double Z, and stands up beautifully. Right, you can pop any writing greeting on the back. Okay, but as an added extra, on this one I've got this white panel that's behind my design, and I'm just going to cut it. So this is 5 centimeters. I'm going to cut it to 4.5. Check that a minute. That's 10, so I'm going to cut it to 9.5. There. And a smidge off there, because I want to just slide in a piece to give myself a piece on the back. Right, so this one in here and just press it down. So that gives me now a nice piece across the back. Now I've sorted out some odd pieces. I've got a With Love, I've got a few bits of decoupage, so I've got a lovely grated, I think it is, so I'm going to put that onto there, and I'm going to apply wet glue on this one. So I need a little bit there. Obviously you've got to be careful of the gaps. So there it is, and this panel here will match to here, so you don't want too much sticking out, otherwise your card's not going to fit in your envelope. Now I've got two more here, so I'm going to take that, I'm going to continue that flowing around there. I'm going to have one up in the top corner, and I think I'm going to put my With Love on the second panel down. Oops. Get your fingers in behind so that you can fix it firmly. And when your card closes, you have a lovely picture on the front. Open it and you've got all the extra bits. And I want to bring in this one, which is where we started. Right, so I've got no piece in the back. I've got some decoupage I've put on and matched everything with gold. Okay, so there's another one, and then I'm going to bring in this one, which I haven't done a pattern on there. I've used some embossed card, and my embossed card I've made the strips out of it. So on this particular card I've had very little matten layering to do, so all I've done is that one and that one. Okay, the rest has all been made up from embossed card. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can adapt this card fold. Okay, but do have a go, use up all your scraps and have fun. God bless you all.